Okay, folks, it's the morning again, and I am back on the patio because there are some really rain-threatening clouds out there and a bit of a storm headed our way. So I don't want to mess everything up. And I have been thinking, there have been a couple things happen last night and today, but I keep thinking of the image that's going to go with this video. And it shows a fallen tree, an apple, star apple tree. Makes the hardest wood in the world just about, marvelous tree. Been on the ground for 10 years now and it's not even started to rot. And there's some fallen bamboo there and it's a very wilderness looking thing. And I keep thinking about the passage in the Old Testament. I know. Bear with me though, folks. I'm not pushing religion, I'm pushing mythology. I'm not even pushing it, it's just what I happen to believe in. And the Bible's got a lot of mythology in it. So do most of the ancient sacred scriptures. But in this case, it's a rule, a law. I think you'll find it in Leviticus. It tells the landowners that around the outside of every field, they've got to leave, I'm having trouble talking, they have to leave a certain width of their crop, call it a meter, call it a yard deep, all the way around for the poor, the widows and the orphans and the outsiders to come and glean the crops. In other words, pick it. So everybody gets food, but you got to leave some for the poor and the oppressed, the widow and the orphans. Now I think today in our world, the United Nations is saying that we are at climate disaster time. NATO, of all things, are saying we've got the technology that can help the environment. I have no idea how they figure that, but they do. We're in the disaster, folks. And I'm thinking if we look back to the mythology and we take a look at the idea that we got to leave a little for the poor and the oppressed, well, in the modern sense, that might mean that in our cities and in our yards and our parks, we need to leave wilderness. Think about it. Who is more oppressed and poor than Mother Earth right now? And if you don't leave a little wilderness, how can she survive? The great Western societies built upon the Judeo-Christian sacred scriptures have all come to the conclusion that we have dominion over the earth. It's right there in Genesis. And when they say dominion, it's sort of lost its power now, but what it means is the power of a king over his people, or a queen over her people. Absolute control. Rape, pillage, plunder, burn. We can do whatever we want to the people because we are royalty and king. And that's the same word and the same thought that's put into dominion of the earth. We have named the creatures, and in naming them, we have power over them. We've become co-creators, secondary creators, but co-creator with God and with Lady Wisdom. And it's a nice to note the distinction. There's God and there's Lady Wisdom that helps, and after that comes man. Woman. We don't have Lady Wisdom within us. We're number 3 on the totem pole. So we don't have a lot of wisdom ingrained in it. As a matter of fact, if you look at Proverbs 8, you'll find Lady Wisdom calling out to the people, what the hell are you doing? Why don't you come and learn from me? You'll have a better life. That's what she says. Now it's getting bright out, so I'm going to darken this down just a bit. Come on. There you go. There you go. That's looking better. Uh, but I think we should maybe look for the wisdom in leaving a little around your field for the poor and apply it to us now. Rather than being dominant over the earth, which got us into this mess, folks, we need to become stewards of the earth. Think of the best mother and the best father and the best grandparents, and if you're really lucky, the best great-grandparents you can think of. And that's good. Best aunts, best uncles, depends on your culture who raises your kids. But think of those that you have known who are very good at raising children. You could call them stewards of the children, more than parents. Parents spare the rod and spoil the child. Well, grandparents spoil the child, and so do aunts and uncles, but only so far, and then they make them good people anyway. But the ones who really know how to raise children with love and with care and with tenderness, and whose children, with the grace of God or God's or maybe just plain good luck, turn out pretty well, to a large degree, that's because they were raised by good parents. We need to become good parents of Mother Earth. Now that's going to be hard because how many of us, I'm 71 now, my mother has died, and my father has died, and I look around, there aren't that many in my clan that are older than me now, or my family. But I totally lost the thought on that one. That's okay, I'll get back to it. The fact is we need to become stewards. I know. How do we become stewards of our own mother? Well, not easy. I got to admit, it's not easy. I'll adjust that brightness again. Come on, be nice. That should do it. That looks pretty good. Sun going in and out of clouds. Better to be in the shade. All you got to do is adjust the light, then you don't have to watch your camera cook. It's not easy. A lot of us have had to look after our parents when they got older. It's not easy. The change in roles between when you're a child to when you become a parent to your parent, and your parent has to become a child to you, is not easy. Well, we got to make that same change now with Mother Earth. We've got to become the stewards, the one who care and nurture for her. And maybe we do that by leaving a little wilderness so she can thrive on her own. Leave her enough space to be her own person, as it were. Oh, that sounds very 60s, doesn't it? 1960s for you children out there. And at my age, anybody under 50 is a child, let me tell you. In any case, think about it. Is it time to look to our mythology and remember that we are stewards before we are given, well, no, I guess it came about the same time in the book of Genesis. But it seems that Lady Wisdom's going to try to call to us, and I think she's saying, become stewards. Forget about this dominance stuff. It's not good in relationships. It causes wars. It makes for ugly families. What you want to do is be stewards, looking after everything, keeping everybody happy, balanced. We could get out of this, not without a lot of pain at this point, but we can stop the damage we're doing, and we can find ways, even if it just means waiting in time. Mother Earth is strong. If we stop polluting, she will regenerate. But we got to figure out how to stop polluting, folks. And on that happy note, And with a dark screen, I think I'll consider that done. Bye-bye, folks.